All right, everyone, welcome aboard another flight. This time heading from Torrance up to Trona, Lima 72, Trona, California, which is in Death Valley. So here we go. All right. There's fuel flow.
Terrain system test okay.
And we'll open her up.
And ground 995. Just want to make sure tower frequency is 133.07. Affirmative.
All right. That's good. Clear. All right. Starts right up. There we go. Get the AC coming. All right. Flaps coming up. All righty. All right. There we go.
Torrance Tower information, Victor, time 18470, weather wind 220 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds 2000. Temperature 23, dew point 13, altimeter 2984. ILS runway 29 right, new slide negative departure runway is 29. Torrance Tower frequency 133.07. Notice to airmen. Runway 29 left, Bazzi is out of service. City of Torrance noise abatement procedures in effect. 5G notice in effect for the City of Torrance. Contact flight service for more information. Multiple cranes in the vicinity of Torrance. Check notice for more information. Use caution for bird activity on or in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for work in progress. Chasing all runways, taxiways. As this weather information for California coastal waters available on flight service frequencies. All aircraft feedback, hold short instructions on any assignment will call sign. Advising this contact, give information, Victor.
Torrance ground, November 6261 Whiskey on apron at Echo with information, Victor, ready taxi 29 right.
Calling Torrance ground, say again, please.
This is November 6261 Whiskey on apron at Echo with information, Victor, ready taxi 29 right.
Tower 6261 Whiskey, Torrance ground, runway 29 right, taxi to Echo Alpha Juliet.
Echo Alpha Juliet 29 right, 6261 Whiskey.
Torrance ground, Dr. 611.
All right, here we go.
Tower 601, Quebec, their request.
Dr. 611 Quebec, Bravo Echo 76, Slant, Uniform. Request VFR flight following to Chino Airport, Charlie November Oscar, 3500.
Torrance ground, Skyhawk 3, Juliet Alpha, apron at Echo with Victor 29 right, please.
Dutch 11 Quebec, squawk 0251, departure frequency 15.35.
Let's see what's going on.
0251, frequency 125.35, 11 Quebec.
11 Quebec, have a good flight.
You too.
Tower 3 Juliet Alpha, runway 29 right, taxi to Echo Alpha Juliet.
29 right, Echo Alpha Juliet, 3 Juliet Alpha. Thank you, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Torrance Ground Station Air 1215 Golf over at the East Tees, ready to taxi with Victor.
Station Air 1215 Golf, Torrance ground, runway 29 right, taxi to Juliet.
29 right via Juliet 1215 Golf. All right, here we go, folks. Beautiful day. Wow. All right, clear left, clear right. Now here we are, nice short taxi from the parking spot. All right, window shut, AC's pumping, that's good. Let's see how close we can get. There we go. All right, here we are. Mixture's full rich, and here comes 1800. There we go, 1840, 1840. That's a drop of 110. Back to both. And that's a drop of 80. Both within 175 and 50 of each other. All right, there goes the prop. There goes manifold pressure. There goes oil pressure. All right, all good. There we are, that's working. And electrical system looks good. Back to idle. Flaps come to 10, lights are on. All good. Visually verifying the flaps. Looks good. And 1,000 RPM. All right, we'll be conducting a normal takeoff off of runway 29 right, I should say. It'll be a right down departure. We'll do LA special flight rules. Any abnormalities prior to rotation, we'll go ahead and stop on the runway and taxi off the runway. Any abnormalities after rotation with runway ahead of us to land on, we'll go ahead and land straight ahead. No runway ahead of us, we'll fly straight ahead and put the plane down with the least amount of damage caused to the surrounding area, hopefully. Otherwise, everything looks good. My fuel selector is both. My cowl flaps are open. Trims both are set for takeoff. My prop and mixture are both full forward. And my lights are all on. Flaps are 10 degrees. And everything looks good. I got 4500, 1201. I got my route plugged in, and I have 2855 on standby. I'll be switching to tower right now. There we are, and we are good to go. All right, you guys, thanks for coming along, and I hope you guys enjoy the flight. Let's make it happen. All right. Torrance Tower, stationary 1215 Golf, short of 29 right, ready for takeoff right now on departure.
So 15 Golf, Torrance Tower, right down departure approved, runway 29 right, clear for takeoff, wind 270 at 12, gust to 16.
29 right, clear for takeoff, 1215 Golf, thanks. All right, there we go, final is clear. Door shut, all good. Let's do this. Taking my time, applying the power nice and smooth. There we go, takeoff power is set. And we're off. Nice and windy out there, so we're off nice and quick. Flaps come up.
680 Sierra Hotel. Like to
reduce a little bit of that manifold pressure, and we'll go ahead and lean to 34 gallons an hour.
Helicopter 680 Sierra Hotel, Torrance Tower, see your location.
There we go.
JJ helicopter.
All
This is
right,
1 Quebec, contact SoCal departure, good day.
Contact SoCal 1 Quebec, good day.
Helicopter 0 Sierra Hotel, cross, taxiway Alpha, runway 29 your left, clear for takeoff, west PCH departure approved, wind 270 at 14.
Helicopter Sierra Hotel will cross taxi 29er left, west PCH departure approved.
All right. And heading mode, and I'm happy. Here comes the autopilot. All right, flaps are up. Manifold pressure is 39 inches. Fuel flow is 34 gallons an hour, and RPMs are 2,500. Everything's looking good. All right. Flaps are up. Landing light comes off. There we go. Beautiful afternoon here in SoCal. All right, everything's looking kosher. Temperatures look good. And to avoid this cloud, I'll go ahead and turn left. And we should be no factor with that. All right, 24 for 45.
Torrance Tower, November.
Traffic, no bearing, altitude not available, 1 mile.
Right box, climb departure to 3,500 feet.
November 6261 Whiskey, Torrance Tower, right box climb approved, wind 270 at 12, ghost.
Special flight rules, Cessna 7 Quebec Foxtrot, blue and white 172 over the Torrance refineries, 3,500 leaving the special flight rules. We'll be going to the east.
All right, I did direct enter on this first waypoint I created for LA Special Flight Rules, and I have 1,500 feet to go. I should make it up there to 45 by the time I get there, so that's no factor. All looks good. Actually, all looks perfect. There we go. AC feels good. And look at that, we're on our way. Once we level off, I'll get an accurate estimate as to my ETE. It's currently showing 1 hour 45 minutes, but it's taking it off this climb 83 knot ground speed, which is inaccurate. So once I level out and things settle down, I'll be able to gauge a more accurate estimated time of arrival. Here we go, 800 feet to go. And we should be coming into LA Special Flight Rules here in a moment. All right, temperatures look real good. There we go. We'll go to 30 inches, 2,400 RPM, and 20 gallons an hour fuel flow. Nice little cruise climb for the last 500 feet, 300 feet. Here comes 20 gallons an hour. We'll save a little bit of fuel there. And there we go, 200 feet to go. All looks good. Absolutely solid. And here comes 4-5, switch to altitude hold mode. And here we go, the plane's leveling out. Flight level change goes away, my speed is picking up. And because I did this in the climb, my manifold pressure, RPMs, and fuel flow are all good to go. There we are. Nice, let's see, what are we looking at here? A little bit of a crosswind going on, more of a headwind. 5 knots across, 20 knots on the head, holy cow. Look at that. There's LAX right in front of me.
LA Special Flight Rules, Cessna 610 Gulf. Over the refinery.
Traffic, 10 o'clock, same altitude, less than 1 mile.
All right, I got him in sight. Let's see. LA Special Flight Rules, White Cessna's 4,500 over the refinery, heading northwestbound. LA Special Flight Rules, got the Cessna off our left in sight.
I got you there to our right.
Cool. Yep, they're right there off our left wing. And there's another plane right down here on the left, which aren't showing up on the screen. Huh, interesting. All right, let's see what the flight plan is saying. Looks like 1 hour 17 minutes. Should be there at 1:47. Now let's see what the winds are looking like up higher. So if I go to visual situational display, and I'm zooming out, let's see what they show here. Huh. I'm curious why it's not showing the winds. Let's see. Let's go. Interesting. Hopefully it'll come in a little bit. All right. Here we go, heading to USR 122, which is another waypoint I created, which is actually Santa Monica. We're 4,500, squawking 1201, 2855, making our position reports. And all looks good. All right, 145 ETA. Not too bad. And then eventually I'll climb up to an altitude of 9,500. And I'm hoping, actually, if you look on the sectional chart, Trona Airport in Death Valley pretty much sits right in the middle of MOAs and restricteds. So I'll request a direct Trona once we get on the other side of Bravo and see if approach will give it to me. And that many times they approve me through the restricted, so my fingers are crossed. LA Special Flight Rules, White Cessna is 4,500 heading northwestbound over LAX, LA Special Flight Rules. All right. It's a beautiful day. Let's go ahead and close the cowl flaps. That should increase our ground speed to about 120 I'm going with. Should be about 5 knots. Starting at 114, let's see what it does. There's 160.
Flight rules, Cessna 610 Golf over the South Complex, 4,500 northwestbound.
$118, let's see if we'll hit 120. LA Special Flight Rules, White Cessna is 4,500 northwestbound over Ballona Creek, LA Special Flight Rules. There's 120, let's see if we'll go any higher. $121, look at that. Gotta love it. All right, here's Santa Monica coming up on the right-hand side. Or straight in front of me, I should say. There it is. All right. Let's plug in approaches frequency. And let's see if it's actually the right one. Sometimes they tell me to contact a different one. So here comes the turn. We're turning left right now. LA Special Flight Rules, White Cessna 4,500 over Santa Monica heading northwestbound. Last call, LA Special Flight Rules. All right, there we are. We'll go ahead and switch to approach, and I will not begin my climb yet because I have the Overline Class Bravo, which begins at 5,000 feet ahead of me. But I'll go ahead and raise my ceiling so I'm ready to go there. I'll go ahead and squawk. Let's go. I'll go squawk VFR 1200. Ceiling's 9,500, and we should be good here. I should be out of the Bravo right around there. And we'll see what happens. Let's give approach a call. And approach, good afternoon, Station Air 1215 Golf.
1215 Golf, approach on 134.2.
Was that 24.2 for 15 Golf?
134.2, 34.2.
34.2, thanks, 15 Golf.
Stream, correction, Giant 8983 heavy.
All right, 34.2. And approach, good afternoon, Station Air 1215 Golf.
Southwest 2489, reduce speed to 210.
I'll request direct Trona.
Southwest 2489.
Never hurts.
Southwest 2489, no delay down to 4,000 for traffic. 1 o'clock and 10 miles northwestbound at 5,000. Citation if able is Silex 4,000.
Good rate down to 4,000. Silex, we'll try for Silex at 4, Southwest 2489.
Jet 675, traffic's 10 o'clock and about 900 miles eastbound, 5,300 descending to 4,000, Boeing 737.
We'll be looking for Southwest, we've got jet on 675, thank you.
Jet 675, turn right heading, 010, vector for that traffic.
Right turn 010, we've got jet 675.
Other aircraft going approach, say again. Other aircraft going approach, say again.
Yeah, Station Air 1215 Golf.
November 1215 Golf, go ahead.
Yeah, just out of special flight rules here coming up on Van Nuys area. Looking for a flight following over to Trona Airport, Lima 72.
Can you say you're stationary?
Stationary up, Cessna 206, Slant Golf.
Verify requested altitude.
9,500.
Jet 675, traffic no factor, turn left heading 330.
Okay, left 330, vet jet 675, thank you.
Southwest 2489, traffic no factor, over Buddy, contact Burbank Tower.
Tower Buddy, good day, Tower 2489.
And number 15 Golf, you said you're going to Trona, requested 9,500?
Affirmative, 15 Golf. Alright.
SoCal 610 Golf, request. November 15 Golf, Burbank altimeter is 2983, squawk 4614, and ident.
2983 4614, 1215 Golf.
November 29610, Sierra, go ahead. Jet 675, contact SoCal 120.4.
5.4 is vet jet 675.
November 15 Golf, radar contact, 900 miles southwest of Van Nuys Airport, verify altitude leaving. Burbank altimeter is 2984, begin your VFR climb.
Position checks, leaving 4,500 up to 9,500, and is direct Trona possible?
My November 15 Golf, just going to ask, what's the on-course heading to Trona? I'm not familiar.
Something around 330.
Number 15 Golf, affirmative, resume navigation on course is approved, and since you're going northwestbound, suggest an even altitude plus 500 for direction.
My bad, it's 030 or so for 15 Golf.
Number 15 Golf, Roger. You resume navigation, and 9,500 is approved then.
Roger, ONAV 9,500, thanks, 1215 Golf. Okay, look at that, direct Trona, here we go.
SoCal 6210 Golf, request.
Highlight destination, direct enter. Let's see what that will do for me.
November 6210 Golf, SoCal.
Yeah, Cessna 1.
And looks like, 019 or so, close to 030.
Airport, like flight following to Santa Paula.
All right, here we go. 2,400 RPM, and we'll go
November 6210 Golf, squawk 0214, and ident.
0214.
Perfect. There we go. Perfect. And let's see what that will do to our estimated time of arrival. Yeah, right now it's taking it off this slow ground speed, so it's inaccurate, but I believe it should put us on the ground around 130 with this direct. And it looks like we have 118 miles to go.
10,000 for 7,000 descending.
And this is that restricted I'm hoping they'll clear us through.
Stationary 15 Golf, contact SoCal 124.6.
24-6, thanks for help, 125 Golf.
November 10 Golf, 10 Golf.
And approach Station Air 1215 Golf, 6,200, climbing 9,500, direct Trona.
1215 Golf, SoCal, sorry, Roger.
All right, all looks good. Let's go ahead and open cow flaps. That should slow us down a little bit.
Mainline 117, fighting at 310, vector final, descend and maintain 7,000.
Heading 310,
descend and maintain 7,000, Dreamline.
20 knots off the left, look at that. Man, it's a beautiful day. There's Van Nuys off the right. And it looks like we should arrive with, that's inaccurate too, the fuel, because
contact Los Angeles Center, 125.8.
it's taking the fuel flow from the climb. Here's a rule, anytime in a glass cockpit like this, the fuel and the estimated time of arrival and all the information that it gives you while climbing is a lie. And the reason it's a lie is because it's snagging the numbers, the current numbers, and the current numbers are climb fuel flow and climb ground speed, which are much slower than you'll actually fly the rest of the flight.
5,000, November 958.
So a good rule of thumb when you want to sort of interpret this information accurately is only, think of it this way, it's only telling you the truth.
It looks like you're going to be number 4.
It's only telling you the truth once you're leveled out at cruise and everything is balanced out. That's the closest to true information that the system can give you. Otherwise, don't trust it, because it's all climb information. And in a climb, you're supposedly flying much slower than you would the rest of the way. All right, we're on our way. Look at that. All looks good. Let's see, temperatures are fine for now. Let's see, we're maintaining 100 knots. In fact, let's even go to 105 and see what that does.
27 Golf, contact SoCal approach, 125.5. 125.5 today, SoCal.
Man, the AC in this thing is awesome. Absolutely awesome. There we go. We'll fix that. As you guys can see, the track vectors, for those of you who are not familiar, so right here on this screen we have two. And that's this green line extending out from the airplane, and that's also this green banana. So the green line extending out is showing where the airplane will end up in the next 5 to 10 seconds if all things remain constant. So it's showing us, as you can see, the track vector actually accounts for wind. I'm in GPS mode, and the track vector is smack paralleling the course. But if you look over here, my heading is 005, and my course is 019er. And you can see that's what the offset here between my heading and course is. And that's because I got 23 knots off the left of the airplane. So if you, I don't know if the screen could show it, but the plane is actually sort of heading this way, but the track vector or the movement of the airplane is paralleling the course perfectly. All right, there's 1,000 feet to go. That's what that noise is. Anyhow, on this screen too, there's this green little dot, I don't know if you guys can see, and that's sort of like this track vector, but on a 3D or vertical plane. So this is on bird's eye view, but this right here shows you in terms of right, left, and up, down, and it shows us where the plane will end up.
310, vector is fine.
And right here, it's showing us the plane is actually heading this way, just like we're seeing here, but we're moving to the right towards this green little circle. We're moving that way on course. And that's because we're fighting 24 knots of wind coming off our left. So we got that wind correction angle, the crab angle. And because of this, the best, easiest proven way to fight or to establish the proper wind correction angle every single time is to first disregard this, fly, if you're hand flying it, fly it like the autopilot. Smack this track vector right on top of your course, and once you do that, come here, sync the heading bug, and note what heading will maintain that, and then just hold that heading. And it works every single time because the track vector accounts for wind. I always say fly the airplane like the autopilot flies it. The autopilot's a great, great, great teacher. So that's just a little bit of the track vectors. But this green little circle, that's where the plane is heading to.
This is 172, contact first departure, 128.75.
This is our current heading, and that's where our plane is moving to the right. And it's confirmed with the track vector on this side as well. And that's because we got 25 knots now of wind off the left. So just a little bit of track vectors. Nice, cool information it gives us. All right, 9,200 feet, 300 feet to go. And once we level out, everything will settle down. I'll close the cowl flaps and I'll see what speed that increases our ground speed by. Once all that happens, I'll go ahead and take a look at our ETE and figure out when we should be arriving at our destination. So, not too bad. All right, there we go. There's 93. There's 94. There's 2,300 RPM. There we go. Altitude hold mode. It's settled out at 95. And now with the fuel, we'll go to 75 degrees rich of peak. So let's see what peak is.
125.5, November 958.
There's 620, 630, and we're going off TIT. There's 650, there's 660, 670, 680, 690. Okay, looks like 690 is peak. So 690 minus 75 is 615. So I'm going with the mixture to the right, clockwise.
Approach November 22754.
And I'm going rich of peak to 615.
Track 22754 is the approach for bank altimeter 2983.
2983, 754.
And there we have it. 615.
Track 80131, contact the approach
coming up.
134.2.
There we go.
42 for 8013, we'll see you.
There it is, 615 or so. 29 inches, 2,300 RPM at 615, 617 on TIT temperature. And that results at 17.5 gallons an hour. Not too bad. And all looks good. Temperature's coming down. CHTs, there's 400. Cowl flaps closed. I'm starting at 129. Let's see how many knots that picks up the speed for us. That will increase our ground speed. And once I'm done with all that, I'll take a peek at our estimated time en route remaining and when we'll get to our destination. And that should be a nice, accurate number for us, because then the plane is actually taking the speed that we're dealing with and not going off climb speed or things like that. There's 131 on the ground speed. There's, okay, 129 again, so not much there. All right, let's see what it's telling us with our, looks like we have 47 minutes left, and it should put us on the ground at 1:36 local time. Not too bad. Here's a restricted we'll be flying through. Hopefully they clear us. Hopefully it's not hot. If it is hot, they may not. Either way, most of the times when they clear us through the restricted, they tell us at or above a given altitude. It's really just like a Class Bravo clearance or transition. They'll give you a heading or direct to, and then they'll give you above or below a certain altitude. So there we go. This looks good. There we go. Perfect. All right. All looks good. Nice and coordinated. And we have 99.6 nautical miles to go. We should arrive with 64 gallons of fuel on board, which sounds just about right. We're currently smoking it at 133 ground speed, which I'll take.
Low departure citation 54 Charlie Fox.
And we're fighting 24 knots right on the nose and 28 knots off the left.
Station 54 Charlie Fox, so got a Fox better contact, comma maintain 13,000.
13,000, 54 Charlie Fox.
And there we go. All right, we're on our way. Hope y'all are enjoying the flight. For those of you in flight school, stick with it, as I always say, because I don't think you could beat this right here. I really don't. I don't think this is beatable. This is unbelievable. Heading into the desert at 9,500 feet. It's incredible.
Station 4 Charlie Fox, turn right heading 320.
There's the wind showed up.
Turn heading 320.
Yeah, it looks like if I go higher, it's the same, and if I go lower, it's the same. It gets even stronger at 14,000 feet. Okay. Okay, we'll stick with this. All right. Should get a frequency change here in a little bit. We'll see when that happens.
Station Air 15 Golf, contact Joshua approach 124.55.
2455, have a great day, 1215 Golf.
Okay.
Man, she read my mind.
Airship 105, roger, contact SoCal approach 120.4. 120.4, have a great rest of your day, Victor 104. Bye. Good day.
And approach, good afternoon, Station Air 1215 Golf, level 9,500, direct Trona.
Air 1215 Golf, dash approach, Palmdale altimeter 2986.
2986, 1215 Golf, thanks.
Air 15 Golf for converging traffic descending southwestbound air carriers, turn 20 degrees left.
20 degrees left, 1215 Golf. There we go, 005, so I'm going to
Joshua approach, that's
345.
Foxtrot with you at 8,500, flight calling to Chino.
Planes turning left.
4976 Foxtrot, dash approach, Palmdale altimeter 2986.
2986, that's the 4976 Foxtrot.
Either that or she wants me to stay clear of the restricted. We'll see what happens. Hopefully she gives me direct Trona in a moment. But we shall see. All right. We'll see what happens. All looks good. And temperatures look good. Cowl flaps are closed. All is good. And we're looking at 9 degrees Celsius outside. 17.5 gallons an hour, 2,300 RPM, 29.5 inches of manifold pressure. Looks good.
Hi Josh, Southwest A56, 19.5, descending 4,000 in Copel.
Southwest A56, dash approach, Palmdale altimeter 2986. Send the Janny 5 arrival, accept maintain 8,000.
Alright, send me the Janny 5, except maintain 8,000, Southwest A56.
All right. There we go, descent. That is ready to go. Descent checklist.
Joshua approach, this 4976 Foxtrot, request to climb to 9,000.
4976 Foxtrot, altitude, your discussion.
Altitude as requested, this 4976 Foxtrot.
November 5 Tango Foxtrot, contact SoCal approach 120.4.
20.4, 5 Tango 5, good day.
Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday. Alrighty. Man, I hope she gives me direct Trona. We'll see. Let's ask her. Can't hurt. That approach for 1215 Golf, is direct Trona possible?
Expect that in 3 miles. I just need to clear you from the rev corridor into LA.
Appreciate it. 1215 Golf. Okay, I can expect it. That's good stuff. Alright. 29
November
inches.
15 Golf, resume on navigation.
Oh, nav 15 Golf, thanks. Alright, there we go. Direct enter, enter. Now that won't do anything. Why? Because I'm in heading mode, so I'm going to switch it to nav GPS. Now the plane will turn right and go direct Trona. 86.2 nautical miles
November
left.
15 Golf, contact Josh Perch 133.65.
3365, 1215 Golf. And approach, good afternoon, Stationair 1215 Golf, level 9,500, direct Trona.
Stationair 1215 Golf, Joshua approach the Edwards altimeter 2975.
75, 1215 Golf. Alright. Low pressure. There we go. So descending, not descending, but into lower pressure with the autopilot. When I adjusted the altimeter setting, when I lowered it, my altitude lowered. And so now the autopilot is climbing the airplane back to 9,500 feet. There we go. I'll adjust this. And you can see, that was a great illustration. I should have kept it there. So pretty much this is where it was at. I went on the altimeter. I went to a lower altimeter setting, high to low, right? So I'm from higher pressure to lower pressure. I put 2975, and look where, this was at 9,500. Look where it ended up, 9,600.
American 2019.
So I'm adjusting it back to 9,500. But this really confirms to you from high to low, I'm sure you heard this, from high to low, look out below. Your altimeter will indicate, if you don't adjust it, your altimeter will indicate a higher altitude than you're actually at.
Skywest 5875, center.
So you'll actually be lower.
Skywest 5875, go
Just
ahead.
like it did here right now.
Continuous slight turbulence to borderline moderate chop here. Do you know if that continues, or so how long?
Skywest 5875, worst rides in my airspace have been above flight level 300 and below 360.
All right, 130 at Trona, not bad. Looks like we have 32 minutes left.
East of that, towards Vegas, I do not know what center is reporting.
Roger.
All looks good.
November 15 Golf, use caution. I did have downdrafts earlier in the vicinity of Mojave, 700 feet per minute. That was reported by if I remember correctly, I think it was a Piper Cherokee.
Roger that, thanks, 1215 Golf. All right, we'll see what happens. If we go sinking, we'll let them know. We'll hold on. Let's see. 31 minutes left. 9,500. As we always say, with autopilot engaged, we turn and we monitor the system. That's what we do. We're constantly looking at everything. Engine, fuel, electrical. Really, that's our job. Our job never ends. It's not that with autopilot we could just go to sleep. We're not actively hand flying the airplane, but I'm making sure that everything looks good. Because the autopilot in and of itself, let's talk about autopilot for a little bit. The autopilot in and of itself is some of the stupidest pieces of equipment on the planet. All it knows to do is, if you want it to maintain 9,500 feet, it will maintain 9,500 feet. That's it. It will fly you right into Class Bravos. It will go, it will do whatever the scoreboard is telling it to do.
Field approach 118.9.
It will do whatever the
Take your mark, 17 Bravo.
Whatever the scoreboard tells it to do, it will do. Look at that. 19 knots on the wind, on the nose, 33 knots off the left. Crazy. Man, that ground speed slowed way down. Look at that. .24 on the nose, 31 off the left. So the autopilot in and of itself doesn't know what's going on. It takes a pilot to tell the autopilot what to do in order to properly get a plane to fly and do whatever you want it to do. And so because of that, it becomes so important.
5875, contact LA Center 124.62.
It becomes so important.
124.62, SCS 5875. Yeah, we're getting mountain wave as well. Anywhere from 1,500 foot per minute descent to 1,200 foot per minute climb with continuous light to moderate turbulence.
Guys, 5875, roger.
So far, it's smooth up here. Interesting. We'll see if that continues, hopefully. Hopefully it stays this way. Although my indicated airspeed is fluctuating like crazy. So there, my true airspeed is climbing. My ground speed is climbing. Yeah, look at that. And now I got that negative, look at that decrease in pitch attitude to maintain 9,500 feet. Okay, we'll see what happens. My true airspeed's 160.
American 2046, contact LA Center 124.62.
Was that for 12268?
And that frequency change was for American 2046.
Let's see what happens. All right, 142 ground speed, not bad. 134 local time on the ground.
And 12268, can we get any overflights today?
November 268, overflight of our 2505 and 2524 at your altitude are approved.
Fantastic, thank you, 12268.
Density altitude is 11,000 feet, 11,100. Crazy. All right, so what I'm saying is the autopilot in and of itself doesn't know what's going on. It takes a pilot who knows what's happening, who has situational awareness, who knows how to work the system, who knows what pressing each button will do to the airplane, what it will cause the airplane to do. It takes a pilot behind the autopilot to make it happen. Here's something I say, which I can't think of a more true saying. You know, they say behind every successful man is what's the say? Behind every successful man is a successful woman, something like that. Behind every good autopilot that does what you want it to do is a good, solid pilot. Autopilots in and of themselves do nothing. They don't know how to fly the airplane. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know where we're going to. The autopilot has no clue we're flying to Death Valley right now. So keep that in mind. Because that is so much the case, with the autopilot engaged, it's almost like you want to be on heightened alert in making sure, with monitoring the system, that the airplane is doing what you want it to do. Because the autopilot, when it has the opportunity to, it will just take you off course and it'll do whatever it needs to do. Well, whatever it thinks you want it to do. And sometimes you'll think you're in a certain mode, GPS or heading, when you're actually in the other, and the plane starts turning on you or changing altitude, you don't know what's going on. And so that could get real weird in a cloud, real fast. So constantly want to monitor the system. And there's the indicated coming back down. The true airspeed's decreasing. My ground speed's falling. And look at that. The wind is all over the place. I'm finding 36 knots off the left, 21 knots on the nose of the airplane. All right.
American 2019, contact LA Center 124.62. Today. Air Transport 3309, Heavy Joshua.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and do some VNAV work here. So Trona sits at about 1,700 feet above sea level. Their TPA, or traffic pattern altitude,
120.25.
their traffic pattern altitude is at 2,700 feet. So here's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and highlight Trona, and then I'll highlight the foot or the feet right here to the right of it.
430, Josh, good afternoon.
And I'll go ahead and put 27.
November 12268, think my frequency 120.25.
2,700 feet. I'll do enter, MSL, enter. And now, down here, it's showing me I could select how many feet per minute. So I'm going 500 feet a minute to make it a nice, comfortable descent. And the VNAV itself is calculated. If I want to descend at 500 feet a minute, I should begin my descent, or it will begin the descent if I have it all engaged and armed, in 12 minutes and 30 seconds right over here. And that number is shrinking the closer I get to my top of descent. And so the VNAV does the thinking for me. Look at that wind shifting. I need different kinds of rudder trim.
November 2 Golf Victor, traffic 11 o'clock in 18 miles up direction. Is a heavy Boeing 767, level 390.
So it's telling me 11 minutes and 20 seconds.
Transport 3309, heavy traffic 11 o'clock, 16 miles up direction, Gulf Stream level.
Oh wow, this is crazy. Lots of dust flying all over the place here. That's insane. The winds are blowing down there. This is the desert for you. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Insane. 35 knots off the left, and there's all the sand just blowing. Absolutely crazy. 35 knots off the left, 16 knots on the nose. Anyhow, so with VNAV, 2,700 feet, it's telling us to begin a descent. Descent should be commenced in 11 minutes from now. And obviously this time is going up and down, fluctuating as our ground speed is changing with the conditions outside.
Transport 3309, heavy roger, thing.
So 500 feet a minute, top of descent 11 minutes and 30 seconds from now. So
November 2 Golf Victor, contact Oakland Center 132.8.
What it also does, I don't know if you guys could see on the map, it sort of puts a waypoint, TOD, top of descent, and it shows us where top of descent is. If we go to visual situational display and we zoom out enough, we could see here's Trona and here's our top of descent, and then you see that straight line down 500 feet a minute descent. So it does all the thinking for you. All you need to do is tell it what waypoint you want to be at what altitude and what descent rate you wish for the plane to descend in. Once you give it those two pieces of information, it will figure out when to begin your descent, and it will actually come up with a top of descent. At that point, two things need to be in place in order for the plane to do the rest. One, your floor needs to be lowered. So right here, I got
Number 4, Bravo Golf, contact Oakland Center 132.05.
Right here,
205, have a Super Day 4 Bravo Golf.
Right here, I got my altitude select, the altitude at 9,500 feet. The plane won't penetrate that if I keep it there, so I have to lower my floor to give the plane room to do its thing. So, one, by the time the plane reaches top of descent, my floor needs to be lowered. The plane needs to have room to begin a descent. And the second thing is right here, VNAV, this button right here, needs to be engaged. So it will show up in white as an arm or on the standby. And then once we reach top of descent, it will switch to the active V path in green, and the plane will start descending at 500 feet a minute. So you'll see what that looks like. As long as I have these things plugged in, meaning the altitude at my waypoint, in my case my waypoint is Trona Airport, as well as the 500 foot per minute descent or whatever descent rate you wish to for the plane to descend in. Once you have those in, as long as your floor is lowered and your VNAV is engaged or armed, the plane will do the rest. So it's real simple, really simple. So you see what that looks like in a little bit. And if throughout the whole flight, reaching your top descent, if you're curious how much longer, you just press the flight plan, and I could see here.
574, contact Oakland Center 132.05.
13205, flight set 574.
And I could see here top of descent actually went up to 16 minutes from now, and that's because my ground speed dropped substantially with that wind on the nose, which is crazy. So it's insane. I'm looking here at the desert floor, and there's so much sand and dust in the direction of the wind. It's crazy. Winds are gusting down there. Insane. So there we go. 50 minutes, 40 seconds from now, we'll begin our descent into Trona. And looks like we got 30 minutes left to our flight. We should put us on the ground at 1:40 local time. There we go. 53 nautical miles left to Trona Airport. Not too bad. There we go.
Air Transport 3309, heavy contact LA Center 124.62. 124.62.
This is station now, 206 Hotel Golf, checking in.
Station are calling up, go ahead.
Sorry, this is station now, 206
Another
Hotel Golf,
stationary.
currently BF1 looking for flight following. We're about 20 miles northeast of Tehachapi Municipal.
Roger, we're headed to November 206 Hotel Golf.
Santa Monica, 206 Hotel Golf.
Station Air 6 Hotel Golf, roger. Address altimeter is 2974, squawk 4650.
2974, and can you repeat the squawk?
4650.
4650.
Number 268, contact LA Center 124.62. November 206 Hotel Golf, the beacon code is 4650.
4650, we got it in 206 Hotel Golf.
Man, 26 knots on the nose, 36 knots off the left. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. In fact, let's do something even better. Let's do procedures, and then we'll do select approach, and we will do, let's go 3-5, and then we will do straight in, and then we'll go...
November 6 Hotel Golf, radar contact 18 miles northeast of Tehachapi.
Let's go...
Radar contact,
switch to heading. and then we'll go activate, and then we could come highlight that and then do direct, and then we're going direct there, and then I'll switch back to nav.
21, correction 231 Tango Hotel, Josh approach, China Lake altimeter 2965.
And then rather than go straight to Trona, it's going straight to join the final approach course for a straight in into 35.
Joshua Bird, Skyline 101,
so,
Papa's with you, 10,500.
In my case,
Roger.
I want to...
101 Lima Papa, Josh approach, Roger, Edward altimeter 2974.
In my case...
2974, 101 Lima Papa.
I want to be here...
And 1 Lima Papa, one flight over strict there, 2515 is 7,000.
It automatically populates an altitude,
Lima Papa,
and then we'll go 500 feet a minute.
It's cold above 7,000.
And it's
affirmative.
And it's telling me
that, 1 Lima Papa.
It's telling me top of descent 8 minutes 20 seconds from now. So there we go. I can see it right over here, TOD. And then if I go to VSD and I zoom out, it's showing us a nice. So there is runway 35. And then right before it is the straight in, that waypoint for a straight in, which tells me I should be at 2670. So that's where it will place me. And then there's the top of descent. And this is weird. It's showing me tailwinds here at my altitude, but I got 25 knots on my nose. So that's interesting. Otherwise, I should be clear of terrain with this. So that's good. Great situational awareness. And here we go, 42.2 nautical miles to go. Monitoring the system, 29.4 inches of manifold pressure, 2,300 RPM. Temperatures look real good. CHTs are 390. My fuel flow is 17.5. That didn't change. Everything looks really, really, really good. Everything looks good, solid. Electrical system looks real healthy. All looks good. Absolutely solid. All right. I can't believe not much turbulence, but I'm sure once we begin our descent, it'll get nice and bumpy. And just talking about it, here we go. Little bit of bumps going on. And let's see, flight plan looks like top of descent is 7 minutes from now. My ground speed's picking up again. So the top of descent time is decreasing, 6 minutes, 48 seconds. There we go. Here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and lower the floor. And let's lower the floor all the way to 2670, which is where the VNAV or the visual approach figured I should be at the waypoint on that final approach course, 2670. That should put me right on glide path with the runway. So 2670 there on my floor. And the next thing I need to do is just engage VNAV. So if I press VNAV, you should see VPath shows up in white. Anything in small lettering in white means it's on standby. It's armed. It's not active. Active is the green. So VPath is engaged. Back to what we talked about before. My floor is lowered and VPath or VNAV is engaged. Top of descent is right there in front of me. Should begin my descent in 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And if all is working, the plane should do the rest. And all I will do is continue to monitor the system and to make sure the plane is doing what I want it to do. That simple.
ExactJet 700, contact LA Center 124.62. See ya.
And there we go. Looks like that's the altitude, yep, 11,120 feet. Man, I have a feeling it might get crazy bumpy on our descent with the mountain waves, but I'm hoping not. We'll see what that looks like.
Number 1, Tango Hotel, Joshua, roger.
38 knots off the left. 16 knots on the nose. Crazy. Alright, little bumpy. 38 knots straight off the left. Crazy. Top of descent, 3 minutes, 12 seconds from now. Floors lowered, VPATH, VNAV is armed, so that should be good. Alright, top of descent is 2 minutes from now. I don't believe I'll get another frequency change to approach, so I'll put in Trona's CTAF frequency, which is 122.9er. Top of descent, 1 minute, 50 seconds from now. Well, that number's changing as my ground speed's all over the place.
Conquest 60 Juliet, Joshua, hello. Hotel 1743, Joshua, good morning. Grab. November 206 Hotel Golf, contact approach 124.55.
12455 to 06 Hotel Golf.
Yeah, the speed's all over the place, so my top of descent is continuously changing. It's back up to, it's now 5.5 minutes from now, top of descent. That's because my ground speed's down to 95 knots. Crazy. And a minute out from the top of descent, the system should come on and she should say something like VNAV or VPATH, something like that. Should give you a little alert heads up.
Vertical track.
It engaged, look at that. It's all over the place here. So we entered into a descent. Yeah, it sort of hit it and then it went back out, so it caught. So there's VPATH, it switched to green, and now the plane will descend. Let me reduce a little power so I don't get too fast because I know we'll get crazy bumpy on the descent. And there we go. Nice descent. And we'll give them a heads up. And approach station air 1215 Golf is beginning our descent for Trona. Just a heads up. All right, there we go. Nice descent. Plane is descending. And 500 feet a minute. And we're on our way down. Go to 20 inches. All right, landing light comes on. There we go. Checklist, power mixture, cow flaps are closed. Altitude is set. All right. All looks good. And the VNAV should get us to this waypoint here on the final approach course at 2670, 2,670 feet. Should be on the ground 1:37 local time, which is 11 minutes and 7 seconds from now. All looks good. And that's VNAV, nice and simple, nice and easy. It sort of takes care of everything. Now, the coolest thing about it is as we descend and winds change and our ground speed goes up and down, it will adjust the descent rate in order to actually get us to whichever waypoint we want at whatever altitude we asked from the system to get us there at. So it sort of handles the variables, which makes it real easy.
Number 1215 Golf, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change your place.
VFR, thanks for help, 1215 Golf. All right, there we go. And we're switching to Trona. All right. We are 20 or so miles to the southwest, and the winds completely died down. It is unbelievable how it was just down there, and it's just completely calm over here. I got 3 knots tailwind and 0 cross, which is crazy. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right, all looks good.
And Lake California traffic, all driver's way, Moonshine 47.
Temperatures look good.
Airplane drivers to the airplane driving area.
Airplane driving area? Nice, easy descent. And VNAV's taking care of everything. You see, it should show us, it will maintain this descent, whatever descent rate it needs to get us there at 2670. Not too bad. And that's VNAV, it's doing everything. And we can see here, bottom of descent is 7 minutes and 43 seconds from now. So once you hit top of descent, it generates a bottom of descent time for you. All looks good. All looks good. There we go, a little bumpy as expected. I got 9 knots of tail and 1 knot of left crosswind. Alright, we'll make a nice first call. Toronto traffic, white Cessna is 10 to the southwest, inbound straight in 35, full stop Toronto. Alright, there we go. Lights are on, everything looks good. We'll adjust the prop and mixture here shortly. Cowl flaps closed, fuel selectors both, and all looks good. Lova cool, welcome to Cessnas. Alright. Alright.
Got to have a few minutes. 10,000 below, let go.
Alright, 4,800 for 2670. Not nearly as bumpy as I thought it would be, which is good. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Alright, we got 2,000 feet to go, and it will join our final approach course into the runway with a glide path. Glide slope. We can see the diamonds above us right now. So if I go right now and I press approach, it puts the glide path on standby, and it's already on GPS. Otherwise, if I were on heading, it would put GPS and white on standby as well. So now I could do nothing, and the plane will take us all the way down to the runway. Toronto traffic, white Cessna 5 to the south, inbound straight in, full stop 35 Toronto. There we go. I see the runway in front of us. Lights are on, all looks good. 10 knots of tail and 7 knots of right crosswind now. The diamond's above us, it's coming down slowly. Nice uneventful afternoon flight to Death Valley. Look at that. There we go. Got 1,000 feet to go. There we go, 1,000 to go. That's that sound. Runway's right there ahead of us to the left. All right, 10 knots, 11 knots of tail, 5 knots of right crosswind. slow her down a little bit. There's the runway. Props come forward. Mixture comes forward. And I'm going flaps. I'll go flaps 10 here in a moment. Toronto traffic, white Cessna is 3 mile final, 35, straight in, full stop, Toronto. All right. There we go. Plane is turning on its own. It's joining the final approach course here. It's maintaining our altitude, and the diamond is right there. Once the diamond touches the center, the plane will continue to descend along with it. I want to show you guys what it looks like. And this is a visual approach that these avionics have. I'm adding power. And there it goes, diamond in the center, switch to glide path. The nose will drop right now. And take us to the runway. There we go, flaps come to 10. And there's the runway right in front of us. Toronto traffic, white Cessna, short final, 35, full stop, Toronto. There we go. All right, autopilot's coming off. Flaps come to 20, and that's what I'll land with, not flaps full. All right. You know what? There's 50 knots of tail. Let me go ahead and come around to and land on 17. Toronto traffic, white Cessna is going around, turning back for 17, Toronto. There's 17, we'll just come right around and land on 17. Too much tailwind. Typically I hope for 3.5, it's just streamlined in, but 17 will do. All right. There's flaps 10. Toronto traffic, white Cessna is left base 17, full stop, Toronto. Toronto traffic, white Cessna is short final 17, full stop, Toronto. All right, here we go. There we go, this looks much better. 10 knots on the nose. Here we go. we go. Nose wheel off. There we are. We're down. Make a right here. Flaps come up. Short traffic, white test is clear the active, Trona. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight. And welcome to Death Valley. And I'll see you guys on the next one real soon. Let's do this. There we go. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys soon. AC comes off. Lights come off. There we go. Avionics.